The NASCAR Winston Racing Series, the only nationally sponsored and sanctioned weekly racing program in America. With more than 80 tracks in every region of the country, the NASCAR Winston Racing Series is more than a weekly racing program. It's a better, exciting opportunity to professionally market your business or product in a way that delivers results in your hometown. Surveys show NASCAR Winston Racing Series fans are sponsor conscious. That translates into more sales and more traffic for your business. Last year, more than 14 million NASCAR fans packed weekly race facilities to see regional NASCAR competition. And NASCAR fans spend money. Big money. Last year, more than $100 million. There are a number of ways to get measurable sales increases by participating as a sponsor at your local NASCAR track. Let's let three-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion Darrell Waltrip tell you more about the benefits of participating in NASCAR racing.
Hi, I'm Darrell Waltrip, and winning a Winston Cup championship isn't easy. You can ask Dale Earnhardt or Bobby Allison or Terry Labonte about that, because on those racetracks are the best race car drivers in the world. Fortunately, a lot of them were prepared for the rigors of NASCAR Winston Cup racing. You have to start somewhere. All of us did. You just don't climb into a race car and start racing at Daytona. For me, and for most of the guys in the Winston Cup racing, that starting place was the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. About 20 years ago, I was doing some racing at a little track in my hometown, Owensboro, Kentucky. I was winning a lot of races, but I wasn't getting much recognition out of it. I knew if I was going to advance my career, I had to relocate and start racing NASCAR. I did that, and I've never regretted it. Today, the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing is the largest motorsports sanctioning body in the world. NASCAR sanctions the Winston Cup Series as well as 9 other touring championship series. But it's at the local grassroots level of racing that drivers get their starts. That is the Winston Racing Series, the heartbeat of American racing, the largest and most popular form of weekly racing in the world.
NASCAR sanctions more than 80 weekly local racetracks across the country as part of the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. In 1982, NASCAR devised a system for determining 8 regional champions from across the country. The Central Region, the Mid-America Region, the Northeast Region, the Eastern Seaboard Region, the Mid-Atlantic Region, the Sun Belt Region, the Pacific Coast Region, and the Great Northern Region. Hundreds of weekly racers in the United States begin a season hoping to win one of these regional championships, but only 8 will. And of those 8, 1 becomes the national NASCAR Winston Racing Series champion. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series National Championship is now the ultimate goal of all weekly racers. Each racing series season ends with a lavish awards banquet at the beautiful Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in prize money are given out to the best weekly racers in the world. This banquet merely underlines the importance of the Winston Racing Series to NASCAR, to the tracks it sanctions, and to motorsports fans across the United States. How important? Ask NASCAR President Bill France Jr.
Well, Winston Racing Series provides the farm system for where drivers can get started off the street, you might say, or out of school, or what have you. And where can they grow? And they got to get started. Nobody's going to put a fella in a $200,000 race car that walks in off the street. So Winston Racing Series is very important from that aspect for drivers that want to go on and make a full-time career of driving in big-time motorsports. On top of that, it's a lot of fun. It's great for the competitors, and it's great for the fans to go out on a Saturday night or a Friday night and enjoy and see their local favorite drivers.
At all of these tracks in the NASCAR Winston Racing Series, both competitors and track operators depend on businesses in their areas being involved in racing, whether sponsoring the cars or sponsoring the events themselves. There is a place for you in the NASCAR family. I'm sponsored by the Tide brand of Procter & Gamble, one of the nation's largest corporations. But you don't have to be a Procter & Gamble to get involved in NASCAR Winston Racing Series. At the local racing level, almost any business can become a part of the family, and with good results for everyone. Now, I'm not a marketing expert, but NASCAR Vice President for Marketing Jim Foster is. His 25-year career in racing has brought many major sponsors into NASCAR racing. He can tell you some of the ways that local sponsors can become involved with the Winston Racing Series.
There are lots of ways that companies and businesses can get involved on the local level. One is the sponsorship of a race car. The company or business can have their name on the side of the car at the racetrack for a lot of exposure. They can bring their customers and guests to the racetrack to see their car run.
He also can get exposure through photos of the car that appear in print or on television. Many teams have uniforms made for the pit crew. That's additional exposure through sight and photos. The trucks that haul the cars to the tracks can be imprinted with the company's name, which turns it into a moving billboard, not only at the track, but on the highway every time it cranks its engine.
Many businesses choose to advertise with billboards at the track, or they can buy advertising in the local track program. Other ways, they can sponsor a night at the track and have their company name involved with all of the publicity and advertising surrounding an event. This way, they can bring their valued customers to the track and make them a part of the evening. The customer can even go to Victory Lane and present the trophy on behalf of the company.
What kind of businesses can become involved in sponsorships at local NASCAR tracks? You name it. What do they gain out of it? What can NASCAR Winston Racing Series do for your company? Let's ask some of the companies involved in the Winston Racing Series. My friend Jeff Bird is Director of Special Events for RJ Reynolds Tobacco USA, which sponsors the Winston Racing Series. I asked him to tell us about the benefits of sponsorship involvement in NASCAR.
We began our affiliation with NASCAR in 1970, and it's grown every year since then. We especially enjoy our relationship with the Winston Racing Series. We feel like the Winston Racing Series is what it's all about. It's grassroots racing, and it's one of the most important things that we do at RJ Reynolds.
National corporations are obviously very pleased with the exposure they get through NASCAR racing. Another national corporation is the Quaker Oats Company, which helps sponsor the Winston Racing Series through its brand of Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade uses the Winston Racing Series as a marketing tool for its local distributors. I asked Hank Steinbrecher of Gatorade about their involvement.
The interesting thing about NASCAR is that their demographics keep expanding. Those numbers really speak for themselves. The relationship business that NASCAR is able to deliver to their corporate clients is very, very important. We have felt that NASCAR is truly a family business, and they bring their corporate sponsors into that family fold. The saying at Quaker Oats and at Gatorade certainly is that nobody does it better than NASCAR. We're very pleased to be involved with the NASCAR family and have seen a great deal of sales of our product through this sport. We appreciate everything that NASCAR is able to do for us.
Then there are local companies themselves, very pleased with the results of marketing through the Winston Racing Series.
I have a personal interest in racing, and my company also feels very fortunate to be able to promote and help advertise racing in our local market. We feel that racing is the kind of spectatorship that we are looking for. It's the demographics that are right for our business. The racers are a very loyal group in terms of the participants in the racing end, and the fans themselves are very loyal people also in terms of how they support racing and also how they support particular products. There are a lot of different ways in which we spend our advertising dollars in the community, but we feel racing is one of the more effective. We are also able to tie in a lot of displays at our local customers in terms of racing. We will merchandise our product at a lot of the chain supermarkets, etc. We will print up banners and posters and distribute them to some of the 1,250 customers that we have in the Tucson market. So we get a lot of exposure in terms of racing over that roughly 8-month period.
Obviously, the NASCAR Winston Racing Series has a lot to offer everyone. Last year, nearly 14 million people attended Winston Racing Series events nationwide. 33% were women, almost 72% were between the ages of 26 and 55. The audience is family-oriented. Nearly half have 2 or more children and attend the races as a family. 60% earn more than $26,000 a year, and 97% of them support the sponsors involved in their favorite sport. That's loyalty to everyone involved in the Winston Racing Series. We are a family, you see, and we support each other. And whether a driver or a track operator or a sponsor or one of our millions of fans, we take care of each other. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series is a superb marketplace for sponsors on the local level. And I hope you'll become involved in NASCAR Winston Racing Series and see what it can do for you. The Winston Racing Series can be a winner for your business, and you can be a winner too with the NASCAR Winston Racing Series.